to ask you a few questions, and we as Microsoft student partners have to give presentations ourselves a lot. And what I'm wondering is, at this moment during presentations we use PowerPoint as a supporting tool. And what is your vision about the future of supported tools in presentations? Do you think there is going to be a next step, and what is that step?
It's interesting. One could argue that PowerPoint has not advanced as much as it might have, because it is such a dominant technology, and the lack of competition tends to retard innovation in many ways. At the same time, a lot of folks I know, especially technical people, really criticize PowerPoint. They say, oh, PowerPoint presentations are boring and stupid and it's a bad tool.
Yeah.
And I fundamentally disagree.
Yeah.
I think PowerPoint is very useful, even for describing technology. There are cases when demos and code are what you need to do, clearly. But for a lot of what we talk about, the support of graphics, of animations, of yes, even text, is critically important. And so I guess I imagine a world where we have PowerPoint or something like it, or something somewhat better, for a long time to come. Because presentations need this kind of visual support. And done well, it's hugely important.
Yeah. So, like, I'm always searching in little things that just can change a presentation in a positive way, and like making a timetable on the bottom of the presentation and things. And do you have any ideas about that?
Well, here's one of the things I believe. I believe that as a speaker, what you are trying to do is control the audience's attention. You want the audience's attention to always be in the exact place where you want it. And one way to do that, when giving a talk that's using PowerPoint slides, is through builds. People so often put up a slide with a bunch of stuff on it, a bunch of bullet points, a bunch of things in their diagram, and then talk about random parts of the slide. But I, as an audience member, seeing this, I drift around. You're talking about what exactly? I'm reading this, looking at that part of the diagram. No, no, no. If you've got a complex diagram, always show it in pieces. Describe it as you show. Use a wireless remote control, so you click the next build as you describe the piece. So the audience's attention is exactly where you want it to be all the time. On this piece, on this piece, on that, and that. And if your slide has bullet points, I always use builds. I always build them up, because I don't want people looking or thinking anywhere except where I want them.
Yeah. Okay. And I've got another question on your about your job. Yeah, what you do. How do you keep impartial with the things you do? Because you look at a lot of products, and how do you keep yourself not choosing a side? Like, maybe you just get in love with Microsoft. And
this is a really good question. You know, nobody ever asks me this, and it's a really good question. Thank you. I think that as technologists, there's something in our DNA that makes us want to fall in love with technologies. Don't you see this? That the person who knows Java thinks that Java is the one true technology, and
exactly.
C# is the evil work of the devil.
Yeah.
And the guy who knows C# thinks that Java is just crap. We get these emotional attachments to things. I have spent much of my life fighting against that.
Yeah.
Because when I was in my 20s, I was just deeply in love with various technologies, and they died.
Yeah.
Because all technologies die. And it was painful. They're my favorites. I love them.
You just lost some friends.
Yes. And I realized that having those kinds of emotions about technology is destructive. Caring, being excited, that's great. But being in love with that, hating that, destructive. It's bad for you personally, it's really bad for your career. So I consciously make an effort to keep my emotions, not my enthusiasm, but my, if you will, love, out of these kinds of interactions with technologies.
Okay. So you just try to set up some kind of wall between you and the technology?
To some degree, yes. A wall, some kind of emotional shield.
Yeah.
I wrote a book on .NET several years ago. And so I like .NET, it's very interesting. One of my best friends is a huge Java guy, written a bunch of Java books. We talk. Java's cool. There's good stuff in Java. And it's important, I think, not to fall into this trap where the only good technology is the one you already know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very important to remain open. And remaining open, I think, requires remaining unemotional, unattached to these technologies.
Okay. Thank you very much. I don't have any questions anymore.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, and have a nice week.
Thank you. You too.
Thank
Good
you.
talking with you.
Thanks.